So hey guys, how are you? Um, I guess there's gonna be a little bit of general talk and like, hey, how you doing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's this a few cool, funny stories I guess I could tell you guys. So yeah, so like in 2022, I was with my friend Greg. Yeah, it was Greg. I forget people's names sometimes. Anyways, Greg and I were at Walmart. Greg wanted to try on some clothes, so I waited outside while he went in sh- the room, changing room, and he was trying on some shirts or something like that. And then this woman comes along, and she's like 5'10", and well, anyways, I'm 5'11", and she's like, can I get in there? And I was like, well, you gotta wait for my friend. And and he takes forever sometimes. When we walk, he's super fast, but he takes his time in almost everything else. So that's even funny, you know. So anyways, he gets out, and then we start talking to her, and she's an interesting person, right? So she told us she was 64 years old, and at the time, my friend Greg was 62. So, anyways, but he looks much older than she did. Okay, and way older than he looks like he could be my grandfather. But it doesn't matter. You know, we're good friends, so we did a whole bunch of cool things together. Anyways, she invites us over to her pool. I know that maybe that sounds weird to some people, but it's not. She was just being friendly. So, anyways, we go over there, and he said, "Well, you know, why don't we go out there today?" And I go, "Well, I guess so." So we went out there, we talked to her, and then I came over. And there's this weird thing. I was sensing, well, I think he's starting to get a crush on her. See, at first we both kind of thought she was just an interesting person, and that's all I thought of her as, you know. I just thought, well, you know, yeah, she's into a lot of things we're into, and so I thought, okay, this is kind of cool, a new friend, and hey, a friend with the swimming pool. I thought, oh wow, you know, I'll get to go swimming. So, anyways, he goes over there. We go over there, and so some other day I thought, you know what? I think he's starting to develop feelings for her or something. And he's probably going to make a move on her. And I was thinking, you know, I am too, kind of, a little bit. And I just thought it's funny because at first I didn't really, I totally wasn't thinking of her in that way. I guess as the more I looked at her and the more her personality began to shine to me. So one day I just said, you know, hey, I'm interested in you in my sweet, cute boy little fashion, you know, like just put it out there, you know. And then she says, well, so am I. So then we start seeing each other. Now, here's a little fact. I have not dated much. So basically, when I get with a girl, chick, woman, whatever, you know, women, so basically it's just like we suddenly become boyfriend and girlfriend, right? I don't know, right? Can't explain it. And then we start going out. Okay, so that's usually how a lot of my girlfriends, how they just happen to be is like that, right? And, well, quite frankly, that is a weird thing in my life. It's just like, you know, it's like usually most people go on dates and then, but suddenly, I don't know, we just start seeing each other and, you know, I'm going over there swimming a lot and all that. And then Greg, silly guy, he calls it. She told me he called her up one day, and he was at Walmart. She had mentioned she liked alcohol every once in a while, so he's at Walmart and he's trying to get alcohol, right? He's trying to get alcohol to, I guess, increase his chances of getting with her or whatever. And she tells me that, and I start laughing like crazy. Well, anyways, but then later, so we're together, and time goes by, and she said, you know what? He's just too old for me. And that was hilarious too. And then I told some people that, and they thought it was hilarious. So, anyways, I told her too. The funny thing was that I oh man, sometimes I forget. I mean, that was a couple of years ago, so I forget some of this stuff. But she was saying something. Yeah, and anyways, yeah, but the fact that he was too old. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, I had told some of my friends and acquaintances, and then all of a sudden, small town stuff, word spread over, and people were like, "Caden, 64 years old, whoa!" And so some of the things were like people were shocked, and then some people were saying, "Oh, you're a stud" and stuff like that. Well, I'm happy, to have got her and all that. But anyways, it's not like that's out of my range or anything. But yeah, and had some great times with her. But then I had a black girlfriend. I used to work at a restaurant, and there's a ton of stories there too. So, anyways, I used to work at a restaurant, and sometimes when we were alone, I'd look around real quick, and then I'd push her up against the sink or something like that, and then I'd start touching her in various different places. And she liked that. And one day, when nobody else was around, or maybe when somebody was around, I don't remember, but I'd tell her, "Girl, you want me to pick you up and toss you on the bed?" Anyways, she liked that kind of stuff, and she loved my humor. And at the time, I had more muscle on me, and she kept talking about my muscles and stuff, and that's what I wanted at the time. I wanted to be more muscled up back then, and not like a whole lot, but just a lot more than I am now. And anyways, and that was one of the things she found very attractive about me, the black girlfriend. And then also my sense of humor. Like, okay, so the first day she comes on at my work, I'm just being nice, like trying to tell her, okay, we do it this way. That goes over here. These dishes go over here. Just helping her out. General principles, being myself. Just being a nice person. And then of course I'm telling her jokes and other people jokes too. Also, just being myself. Not trying to hit on her at all. But so anyways, the second day she was, working at the job. Well, apparently, my jokes had paid some dividends because basically she just said she basically wanted me to take her home and F her. And I was like so shocked about that. And yes, I did know that humor does work on women in that way. But that wasn't something I was trying to do either. I was just being myself, telling jokes. As you people have seen, I like to be funny and tell jokes. That's just part of my personality. So anyways, I thought that was kind of weird and funny too. But yeah, so going back to my white girlfriend who was 64 years old, she was an ex-nurse. And so I'll tell you some of the things she found attractive about me. So she said, my general look, she said she liked my dark hair and my dark eyes. She said my curly, girly hair and my curly eyelashes. And then one day she takes one of my hands and looks at my fingernails and says, "Oh, you have such beautiful nails. They're prettier than mine." And that was the truth. So anyways, I just thought I'd share a few interesting stories with you. And oh yeah, another cool story. This is so freaking cool. Back when I had my Cadillac, my first car, I was going down, usually I go, like 40 miles per hour down the highway, and I don't care because, whatever. And I do go fast sometimes when I want to. But so anyways, I had noticed there was a dude in a red pickup truck, and he kind of passed me like he was like he was being a punk, going super fast and all that, just to make me angry. And then I let it go, and then I started thinking about it. I thought, you know what? No, I'm not letting that crap slide. So then I hit that accelerator, and I'm going up, and I'm getting closer to him. And I'm going over 100 miles per hour. And then I pass him, right? And then I go, and I get in front of him to show him, look, hey, what's up now? And so then all of a sudden I hear a bang, and I my hood flies up, and it goes poof. And it flies up over, and I'm like, oh, I thought the engine blew up, And so then I go off, and I cut up into an area, and I get out of there. But little did I know, a few days later, or about a week, I go down to my local pawn shop where they know me, of course. I'm locally famous. I was locally famous before I did YouTube. Anyways, lots of people within like 100-mile radius knew who I was. I was the Caden, you know, everybody almost knew who I was. So anyways, I find out that it was my friend, and at the time I didn't know he had that vehicle, you know, the red pickup truck. I had seen him in something else. I didn't know he had a red pickup truck. So it was my friend, and then they start talking, and then he tells me, and he told me when that had happened, he said it was, and I go, oh, dude, I didn't even know that was you. And so the funny thing was, small town, right? You know, so it's so cool. But anyways, he said, when he said he was laughing, but he was scared too because the hood was coming right at him. So he said he had to speed up to not get hit by my hood. And then Richard, the guy who works at the pawn shop, he says, so Caden didn't, my other friend is, what is his name? Patrick. I forget people's names. I really do. I can't forget faces, but I forget people's names. So anyways, Patrick said that, and so he had, Richard was talking with Patrick, whatever. I'm kind of tired right now. But anyways, so Richard asked Patrick, he says, Caden didn't go back for his hood. And he said, nope, he just kept going. So that whole story was so freaking cool because little did I know, you know, the events of that story, you know. But I was like, no, I'm not letting that stuff slide, man. You know, but anyways, so it led up to another cool story, another fun story. But yeah, that's kind of the story of my life. It's these odd little things, big things, you know, medium things. I just live a fun life, you know. It's fun to be me. So anyways, I just thought I'd do a little share and you guys get to know a little bit more about me too. You know, so anyways, yeah, so if you want to ask questions or got some comments, go ahead and leave it. All right, the timer is getting pretty close to, oh, this is my longest video. Okay, real quick, Scooby-Doo. All right, so I gotta go, guys. I'm gonna do something, I don't know. But whatever I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go do something. Anyways, it was nice visiting with you guys. I hope you had fun listening to these stories, which happen to be true stories, of course. It's too weird not to be true, but anyways. Now, and I would not lie to you guys, you know. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. I had fun telling these stories. I hope you enjoyed listening to them. All right, have a wonderful, great day. And yes, to my people who, my close supporters, I love you so much. I really do. All right, I gotta go. Bye, guys.